Hello guys, welcome to Open Techno. Today we have the new range of products from Chuktec, a company that we have already seen more times on the channel, but for all those who do not know it. It is a company that has been making products such as portable batteries, chargers, or other accessories related to charging our devices for over 10 years. In addition, it is a brand linked to Xiaomi, which has special features for Xiaomi as you will see later. Although it is suitable for all types of products and also has the advantage that they cost much less than other brands, such as for example the typical Anker, a brand we featured frequently on the channel. That you have already seen that they have very cool looking devices and that I personally like a lot. And we have seen several portable batteries that I am then using in my day-to-day. Well, today they have sent us three new products. Three products that have not yet been released, so I am very excited to be testing them in premiere. And we're going to talk about a new battery, the Chuktec 15 Ultra, a battery that is going to have totally new features compared to what is currently on the market. And then two chargers, one 66 and another 100 to charge multiple devices, one of approximately 66W and another of 100W, so that we can charge multiple devices at once like computers, phones and even tablets. Let's start with the battery, the Cuktech Quinza Ultra, a battery that, well, let's start with the unboxing. It comes wrapped in a very minimalist way. We also have a travel pouch, which is very cool. It comes with these rat tail cords in a light blue color that looks very cool, very artisanal, and well, a little case at the end for travel so we can take it anywhere fully protected and not to scratch it, as the truth is, it's quite beautiful, and scratching would be a shame. In addition, it comes with a cable, USB-C on both sides, which is going to withstand more than 200 W of power. Specifically, I tell you this because this battery is capable of releasing up to 210 watts of power. It's wild for this type of battery. This, the Cuktech 15 Ultra, is a 20,000 mAh capacity battery, although of these, approximately 12,000 will be usable. You already know, I've mentioned it to you more times, that batteries are usually not fully usable, but a small capacity is reserved for care. Firstly, the cells themselves, and then, well, not all the energy is used. Some losses may occur due to heat. In terms of features, in this battery we have several things. The first, its maximum output power. 210 W, which is completely crazy. A power that for this type of device is super good. Now, in more detail, those 210W will have to be the sum of the ports. The first port can release, for example, 140W to a laptop and up to 120W of power to a Xiaomi mobile, which is crazy, I'm telling you. Then we're going to have a USB-C port, the second one we have, that will give us up to 65 watts of power, which is already very good. With this power, we could very comfortably charge a laptop, for example, a MacBook Pro or any type of mobile device. However, we could reserve the first port for that for powerful laptops. And finally, we would have a USB-A port, the typical ones from all our lives, which would give us up to 33W of power. Which is strange that through this port, they can be taken advantage of, because the devices that had this cable normally did not take advantage of it. As you can see, the battery is extremely excessive. Now, what other curious things does it have? Well, we have a 1.3-inch thin film transistor screen on which we can see the battery charge percentage at this moment. And then, in detail, each of the energy inputs or outputs that we have for each of the ports, for USB-C 1, for USB-C 2, or for USB-A. In addition, it would give us a small graph of what we are consuming or putting energy into the battery. Then, on the other hand, the two USB-C are input ports, which means we can put energy through both ports simultaneously to achieve a charge of up to 165 watts. This means that in about 10 minutes we would have charged the necessary energy to then charge, for example, more than once an iPhone. You have to be clear that this battery is going to support fast charging protocols such as Power Delivery 3.1 or the Snapdragon Quick Charge standard. Then, through the screen, we have a little button in which we can configure what the USB-C is going to be used for. 1. Because we can say that, hey, it simply serves to put in energy, to take out energy, or that it automatically detects if we want to put in or take out energy. In short, this can be useful on some occasion when we want to connect some device that has bidirectional charging, but that, hey, we want, for example, to receive energy, not give it. But hey, I've told you that this battery is more than enough, and to give you some data on all this that I've told you about the power it can release to mobile devices and so on. For example, an iPhone that you know doesn't consume more than about 20 or 30 something watts. This an iPhone, for example, 16 Pro Max, which would be the best on the market, which would give us a charge of 60% of the device in. The 30-minute limit is set by the devices being charged, not the battery. Then, other devices like, for example, a Xiaomi Redmi Note 13 Pro, which charges at 120 W. We could fully charge it in 18 minutes, which is crazy. Or, for example, a laptop. We could charge half of its battery in about half an hour, which is also very, very good. Anyway, you've been seeing some shots of how the battery works. The use, as I say, is very simple. Anyone who has had a battery, this one works exactly the same, only it's a super boosted battery. Hence its name, Cuktech 15 Ultra, the most powerful model we can find in its competition right now. And many of you may worry because this high-power battery can get hot. Well, I tell you not to worry about absolutely anything. Chuktec has thought about this and has put in the first thing. First brand cells, meaning we are going to find inside cells that are going to give us energy. Well, that from the first manufacturers of this type of energy storage. And then another very important thing is that it includes 4 temperature sensors distributed throughout the battery. So that in the event of a problem, if an abrupt temperature rise or whatever is detected, the charge is automatically stopped and nothing can happen. This is what many devices lack, and that's why we then hear that a battery has exploded or something. Well, this is very unlikely to happen when consuming quality products. This battery, equipped with multiple sensors to identify potential malfunctions, provides us with this assurance of safety. Have you been seeing that I've been charging it with several chargers? Well, these chargers have also been sent to you by Cuktech. They are redesigned chargers with some features that were not yet on the market. These are the two here, the 65W1 and the 100W1, both of generative adversarial network technology, which I'm going to explain now. They are really very similar. What is going to differentiate them is the maximum power they can give us. Firstly, they are chargers of generative adversarial network technology. Broadly speaking, it is a technology that comes to replace silicon and gives us greater power in a smaller space and with greater efficiency. Why is this important in this type of chargers? Well, first of all, so that we can have up to 3 devices charging at the same time with a single charger. You see, these are very small chargers that will give us, for example, this 65W to a single laptop. Or if we connect more things, the power will be distributed power. These chargers are really useful when we go on a trip and, for example, we only have one plug and we need to connect the computer, the mobile, and our Apple Watch or a device like AirPods or an iPad. They are compatible with all types of devices that currently exist on the market. Will they be able to charge with this Cuktech charger or the other one that I'm going to present to you next? This would be 65 watts, which means that when we connect our laptop, it will charge at 65 watts. But if we connect more things, we're going to distribute the power. For example, if we connect 2 things to the USBs, the computer's USB will charge up to 45 watts, while the other USB will charge at 20 watts, which would be, for example, enough to charge our iPhone. While if we want to charge 3 things at the same time, we connect our computer to the blue one, which would charge at 45 watts in the same way, and then another 15 watts would be redistributed to the other 2 ports. Well, it can also be enough to charge an iPhone and an Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is going to consume very little and would give quite a bit of power to the iPhone. For example, we leave it charging all night today and the convenience is just that. We are doing it. A single charger for everything. Perfect for trips, train rides, or any occasion. It's going to be super handy. But hey, if you want something faster because you say, hey, that power is not enough, I want something better, then you have it. This other one of 100 watts is going to work in a very similar way. Same GaN technology, a very compact size for what it offers us. However, now the difference is going to be that in both USB ports we are going to get 100 watts. If we connect a single device, this already serves us for all types of computers, even if we are using them intensively. While the USB-A would give 18 watts, then we connect two things to the USB-Cs. Well, for example, one would charge at 37 watts. Perfect for a laptop consuming quite a bit, while another would give us 33 watts. For example, to charge an iPad or a device, such as a Xiaomi mobile, which requires fast charging. However, the difference that comes with the 65 one is when we connect three things at once. We are going to have the main port at 45W 33 at the USB-C, 2 and 18W at the USB-A. In this way, we are going to be more than happy with everything we have to charge because these powers are already very high. I forgot to mention that this 100-watt charger comes with a USB-C cable 1.5 meters in length, which can come in super handy, while the 65W one comes... And hey, that's it for the Cuktech news video, a range of products that I honestly loved. We've already seen the batteries, well, you know how they work, right? We have that ability to release up to 210W and then the two generative adversarial network chargers, which I find super interesting and a must-have. If you like technology and always travel with a bunch of different devices, as I've told you, the prices are about to be released. We leave them here on the screen and below in the description, also the purchase links and more information about these devices. And any questions, don't forget to leave them below in the comments. And hey, if you liked the video, if you found it interesting, don't forget to leave us a like as we really appreciate it a lot. Let us know that you like this type of videos and this type of products as well with what I've told you that is going to help you save some money. Regarding if you were thinking of buying, for example, another brand like Anker, you're going to save, well, 30–40% of money easily. Having said that, I hope you liked the video. If so, leave us a like and see you in the next goodbye.